Hello, Namaste, Sasrikal. Good evening. Welcome to the S.S.Chandhok talk show. I'm your host and moderator S.S.Chandhok. Today evening on Thursday, we have gathered here with a guest from different parts of the country. As we know, after pandemic, the most important thing or good thing happened was that technology came in 5 to 10 years before it had to come. What is the future of technology? How technology is going to survive afterwards? Because everybody had been saying everybody had been on the technology mode or online mode during 2 years. After that, we have come up to offline also, but hybrid is going to be there, or the more of technology will be used before that. This is what we are going to discuss today. The very first eminent guest present over here is a very famous YouTuber and a spiritual or whatever you say. I can't say even what she does, talks she has. Kirti Sharma ma'am. She is the principal of a very famous school in Ludhiana, that is Jesus Sacred Heart School. Kirti ma'am, thank you and welcome once again to the show. First of all, thank you for coming up to the show.
Thank you,
I
sir. Thank you so much.
I know about you, ma'am, but we will like to know about your work. That what are you doing, and I mean, whatever you have been giving these Sunday, whatever is going on, ma'am. Please let us know
Very
about it.
first of all, good evening, everyone. And I'm really thankful to Chandok sir, right? I think we are connected through this digital media, the technology, I would say, and during the pandemics. Yes, about me, sir has already told that I'm the principal of a school, but because I'm a follower of Brahma Kumari also, so I have a bit of spiritual inclination towards every kind of work I do. Maybe it is some professional work or maybe it is personal work. So I have a kind of spiritual inclination for everything. And in that mode of following spiritual things, I have found that, my I myself have, extended my work, and the performance has enhanced. The performance of school has enhanced. The performance of school teams has enhanced. And I'm really proud to share with you all that we had been declared as second best school in the city, and we had been given a 7 rated star school by CED in Delhi by various CBSE officials. And it has all become possible because of certain kind of mode of work which we follow in our school. Personally, just to contribute to the society, I carry on with Power Talks every Sunday, which is a Facebook live show. In this Power Talks, we have already completed one season, which was for personal development, and now second season has already begun, where we talk about various professional aspects. And I really aspire to contribute to the society as an educationist and as a spiritual being as well. So thank you, Chandok sir, to invite me here and allow me to speak something about it. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine, ma'am. It's always a pleasure calling you and listening to you. Thank you so much once again. Next, we have Dr. Neetu Arora, ma'am. She is the principal of Govindgarh Public School, Mandi. That is a very famous school in that particular area. Ma'am is doing a wonderful work over there. Neeru, ma'am, thank you so much, first of all, for joining us once again. Ma'am, we will also like to know about your educational journey, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody. Jai Hind. Thank you, Chandok sir, for inviting me once again on the panel. I am working in Govindgarh Public School since last 2 years, and before that, I have total experience of 11 years as a school principal. And I have a special interest in trainings, and I have a special interest in grooming the children 360 degree. I am a CBSE resource person and keep taking CBSE trainings along with many other trainings as per the invitations. And my major inclination has been in developing students and curating the activities for them, be it for the personal development, be it for the career development. I believe not many schools must be having career development path for children. My school has that, so that is a feather in my cap. The rest, I am here to learn from all of you. Thank you so much for inviting me once.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. You are bringing up those things which all the schools are not bringing up, and that too in the area, Bundy, where there is scarcity of all these things. Thank you so much, ma'am. And welcome once again, ma'am. Then we have Farida Harinwala, ma'am. She is the principal of a very prestigious institution in Pune, that is Anisha Global School. Welcome, ma'am. Happy to see you once again. Thank you so much for coming up, ma'am. Ma'am, we will also like to know something about you, although I know, but everybody who's sitting over here as well as looking to the video will like to know about you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me on your show once again. And it's always a pleasure being on your show. And today's topic specifically, got a smile on my face because the school that I am representing, or I'm heading rather, is a school that has consecutively won awards as a Microsoft Showcase school. So, technology is definitely not new to us. And for us, each and every teacher is a Microsoft expert too. We ensure that, and I too, of course, have gone to become an EE expert with them and all. So yes, it is very, very important in today's time and world to be tech savvy, because I think it is the new language that is not only just spoken but understood also. And like we were discussing, some time back, that our children feel that we are very, very, backward if we do not know things. Because, though we have a smartphone in our hand, we really do not know, we don't utilize it to even 20% of the features that it has. But yes, sir, like you said, the pandemic has taken us, way, way ahead. And, I head the Cambridge department of Crimson Anisha Global School. And I am always a lifelong educator and a learner. Okay, so it's a passion, sir, and I love to be in sync with technology at all times. So
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, ma'am. Welcome once again, ma'am.
thank you, sir.
Next, we have Sumit Arora, sir. He is the principal of Delhi World Public School, Kotli, Rajasthan. Thank you, sir. Sumit, sir, for coming up to the show once again. Coming up to the show once again. It's always a pleasure calling you and talking to you and having your views. Sir, everybody will like to know about you, sir. Your journey. I think you were in Lucknow, then you went to this place. And what was the journey, sir? Please let us know.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And I would thank you for inviting me once again on this show. So it's been a great pleasure always to be on your show, sir. As if you talk about my educational journey, sir, it's been my 4th year as a principal. So definitely it's a good journey, as I can say. I've been learning a lot in these many years, and I'm imparting those education, what I have learned to my kids, to my staff, taking up the counseling sessions of these students every on now and often, and for the training up for the teachers as well. So this is doing, and we are bringing up those weaker sections of the society, because our school is in that belt where this technology is having a little bit of problem, but definitely we are imparting those things, those education with the help of this technology, and children are doing quite well in that area.
That's wonderful, sir. Thank you and welcome once again. Then we have Shubhanjali Malviya, ma'am. She is the principal of Surya Public School, Barabanki. Shubhanjali, ma'am, welcome once again to the show. Earlier also you had been into the show and it was wonderful talking to you then also. Will be now also. Ma'am, please, we like to know about your journey, educational journey. Ma'am, you're on mute. Again, technology is there.
Sorry, sir. Good evening, everyone. As Chandhok sir told you, I'm a principal of Surya Public School. I'm a principal from since last 4 in this school. Earlier, I was posted in the Punjab, in Firozpur, DCM Road. I was there as a vice principal over there. Our total experience, I have 20 years. But nowadays, we are in Lucknow. And in the rural area, this is a school. Or it's my responsibility after the COVID to retain the students. First, it is my responsibility, I think so, because everyone lost their student in their COVID session. So first, my priority is to improve the strength of the school as well as to groom our student 360 degree.
Absolutely right, ma'am. It will increase. Barabanki is also developing a lot. So many good schools have come over here. You have your own Sahodiyas. I've been knowing RP Singh sir also.
We are in, we are in the rural area. That is, it is quite difficult to understand the scenario of that parent, what they want.
Right. Yes, ma'am, you have to work according to the situation that is more
Yeah.
important. And that is the versatility of the principle to look after things. What you call in Hindi, Jaisa Desh, Vaisa Base. Thank you so much,
Ji.
Subhajli ma'am, and welcome. Next, we have the expert of today, Mr. Harshpal Singh Khurana. He is an edtech entrepreneur and founder of Tap School, a premium startup that provides all type of solutions to education institutions and organizations. He is providing these services to almost all the parts of the country. He loves to interact with educators and other stakeholders of education community to understand their problems and solve their pain points using technology. His motto is education first. With his experience, he has actively involved in building products that are easily adopted by educators, students, and parents. Apart from that, he provides consultancy to schools in successful implementation of technology that yields results. Thank you, Harshpal sir, once again for coming up to the show. First of all, I met him in one of the show again, and he told me about the 360-degree solutions. You have to ask him that so many people are coming up to our schools with a visiting card, ERP, and this and that, and contents and that. What are these actually? Are they useful or not? Because we are technology migrants and these people are technology residents, they know much about that. To understand how can we use technology in the schools and what is going to be the future along with that. This is what we are going to discuss with him. Ashpal sir, over to you. Thank you so much for coming. Please let us know first of all how did it came to your mind to start up a venture where you have started up A to Z or 360-degree solution for the schools, and that is helping a lot to the schools in terms of monetary benefits also as well as the working side also. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for once again inviting me to the show. So I think starting out has been a quite interesting journey for me because when I was traveling, I come from a tier three city, that is Ludhiana, and when you go to places little away from Ludhiana, which is towards a little more you can say inner in the rural areas, you see not just in rural areas, but you see a lot of problems that are there, at least that were there in 2016 when we started. There were a lot of problems. Now, a lot of them are solved, but a lot of them we continue to see over the period of time. Because if there is one problem that is solved, the other one comes up. So, yes, so that has led me to start this tab school. But I think I have to give the credit of our company's success to the principals as well as to the teachers, because the ones we started implementing the solution, they kept on asking for more and more solutions because they wanted, okay, this is the problem. Now, please all help us solve out this. This is the problem. So I think they have really motivated us in building the products we never thought we would build, right? So we never imagined that these are the products or these are the services that we would provide to the schools, and the schools would readily accept it. And not just to the urban schools, we have schools in rural areas who are ready to adopt it, especially after pandemic, because everybody is now more aware. When we are say that, okay, awareness was there that, okay, the school has technology or there are solutions back in 2018 and 2019, but it was not an easy acceptance. There was no easy way to adopt it, and even the teachers used to hesitate. Oh my god! And this thing was there in mind कि अगर technology adopt कर लेंगे तो they will replace the teachers. So that was the most hardest part in the initial days when we used to go into the schools and tell the hold the entire school teachers into one room in an auditorium and tell them, see, you are not going to be replaced. But I guess in 2020 this was a proven fact that teachers will not be replaced. Technology is an enabler for the teachers, for the educators. Now, how the teacher is going to use the technology for the effective learning or effective teaching to the students is up to the teacher. And on top of it, we since provide 360 degree, not just the solution, but we also provide the training part, because we understand that in some areas they are fine. In a place like Delhi, or even I come from Chandigarh, I'm putting up in Chandigarh, the teachers are very much aware that what to do, how to do. Like ma'am was saying, she saw Pune that they have Microsoft certified school, but at the same time there are still many places where you know uh, uh, the teachers are not aware of how to use technology. So this is where we come in. This is where we try to train them. We try to provide the support. In fact, one of the training modules, I would say, and support modules, is one of our USP when it comes to adopting the technology in schools. So that is there. So this has been our journey, and so far we are continuing to make more and more solutions for schools.
That's wonderful, sir. All the best to you. Have brought up beautiful thing for the this technology has brought up a beautiful thing which you are providing it to the schools also, and we are getting a lot of help out of it. Like Farida ma'am also told about that. Thank you so much. We'll come up to the first round, and I request the guests to keep a precise answer. I will come up to Kirti ma'am first. Kirti ma'am, according to you, because as we say we are technology migrants, we sometimes people say that that time was much better. Instead of changing to the laptops and mobile, we were studying very properly. So do you feel that there is a need of adopting technology with classrooms?
Of course, sir, there is a need to adopt the technology in the classrooms. As Harshpal said, it depends upon the teacher, how she is allowing her students and how she is allowing herself to use that technology. So we just cannot, declare that technology is harming us. We cannot declare this. We will have to, and we cannot avoid also technology, because technology has become a part of our social life. And if children are to be attracted towards academic life or the school life, the schools will have to develop and adopt that technology, because just imagine how badly the social interactions of the children are embedded in their in the technology. So of course technology is the need of the hour. Now why technology is the need of the hour? Because technology allows the learning to be enhanced, right? So for example, like a child who is a slow writer, slow learner, and wants some more me time, can take the help of technology. Now with nowadays the various technologies and technically supported apps as well as websites as well as softwares have come up, which allows the children to have their own self-paced learning, which is the need of our now. Because the children sometimes they are not able to keep pace with the class, so they can keep pace with themselves. And of course it is also needed for the teachers, because teachers also explore themselves more. It becomes very difficult for the teacher to understand from another teacher about the concepts. She has to have clarity of the concepts. New concepts are added every year, every 6 months. New concepts are added, right, which she would have not studied in her own childhood or during her own school life. It becomes so difficult for the teacher to go to another teacher to understand, right? So just imagine how, technology is a boon for those teachers who need a kind of refreshing up their own knowledge, or who need to add some more knowledge. These days children in the classroom tell the teachers, ma'am, this happened in that corner of the world, right? So imagine the teacher has to update herself. So it's a boon for the teachers as well, and it is also boon for the administrators as well, right? We all principals, I think we are able to keep a better control of the school just with one click, right? Just with certain cameras in the schools and having a software which tells you the entire detail about the child, right? From UKG to plus 2 grade, we can have entire detail of the child. Fine. So just imagine, as an administrator, as a principal, even for the management as well, it is so easier for us to keep a control of the school, keep a track of the performance of the teachers, right? Keep a track of the performance of the children. This is how we have adopted technology in our school, so that at least I could come to know who is doing what, is the graph of every child and every teacher, and it helps the school to perform better. So overall technology is of course needed for better education, and better performances. It's again, dangerous too. Will the way, the gun in the hands of the soldier will protect the country, but the gun in the hand of the terrorist will kill the country, right? It's the same way with the technology. Technology with the right people will help us to grow, and technology with the wrong people will kill all of us, right? We don't want that our students should kill themselves, kill their creativity. We don't want our children to kill their own out of the box thinking, right? And just keep on observing certain videos. We don't want that to happen. That again depends upon the teacher, how she is using technology, whether she is using technology for ratification, or she is doing using technology for creative things, right? So again, we teachers, we schools will have to decide whether we want to become soldiers of our children or we want to become terrorists of our children, right? So let's become soldiers for our children and adopt technology for their own enhancement, so they can have their own self-paced learning, they can have their own self-esteem, brightly come up, and they can develop their own potentials.
That's wonderful, ma'am. You have given the gist of everything related to technology. It is very important. It cannot be removed. But we have to, educate the children to what is right and what is wrong, and how it should be used positively. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
We'll
sir.
come up to Neeru ma'am. Neeru ma'am, we will also like to know your views on the saying that should the technology be implemented in schools or classrooms?
Yeah, good evening once again. Chandok sir, what I am thinking these days is that any action which can be repeated, which needs some kind of recalling for children, has to be replaced with technology. So as Kirti ma'am was saying that we don't want that, the creativity of children should be killed. So I believe that any action which needs a repetition, which needs a recalling, should be replaced with the technology. Suppose a child needs a revisiting of a concept, a child is not able to understand a concept in the class, then technology should come to our rescue to help that child to actually grow and learn that concept through the repetition of the same stimulus. Another thing which I am thinking that these days what is happening, like we are talking about skill based education, we are talking about education which is making our children holistic well-being. I don't see any one arena where technology is not touching, be it collaborative working. Let me give you one example. In my school, I have just given a project on career planning. I have given different destinations to children, and I have told them to create some kind of videos and PPTs. Another group, I have told them, okay, if you want to be a spiritual leader, what qualities are you going to have in you? So I am using technology to enhance all kinds of skills of children and to work on the 21st century skill. So rightly said by Kirti ma'am that it is about your creativity, how you actually use it. Yes, the technology is actually very empowering. No doubt it creates a burden on teachers. We need to rationalize their workload as well. There we need to work. But then, yes, it is really, really empowering. Thank you.
That's wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. We'll come up to Farida ma'am now. Farida ma'am, we'd like to know your views about this. What kind of technology needs to be integrated pedagogically to make learning process effective for students? And many things are available on internet, likewise on Google available. But how we should take it, because there are contents which are very good for them and some are very harmful. How should we take that? Please let us know.
So first of all, before we introduce anything to our children, it should be hands-on training for the teachers also, for the management also. And we need to see how effective the product is. Has it been tested in the market? Like, has any other school also adopted it? Take a review of that particular product. Moreover, and then what we need to actually see is it really needed for our children? Because the technology that we are going to introduce has to enhance the pedagogy methodologies in terms of virtual learners, spatial learners, auditory learning, everything. Is it a blended form of learning? Is it going to help our students blending all these kind of learning? Because we have some students who learn better by seeing, there are some who can hear and all, so a good blend of all these would be one of the best. So integrating PowerPoint presentations, Flipgrid, Wordsworth. We had introduced Wordsworth, for English and mathematics learning for our children, and they really enjoy it. And the visual effect, the auditory effect. I think we spoke of it last time with Mr. Jaswinder also, and yeah, children are really enjoying. So we also see the overall review when we adopt anything for our school. So we see how many other schools have used it. Is it really being helpful? And yeah, that's when we then put it forward to our children. But it's tried and tested before putting it for the children. So
Absolutely, ma'am. This has to be checked before putting
yes,
it to the students.
yes,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we do not allow people that they can come up with anything. They should have a very good thing with them. Then only we allow them. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
We'll come up to Sumit sir. Sumit sir, we will also like to know that your views on the saying that what kind of technology needs to be integrated in the schools.
So before we can discuss about this thing, we should come up that what is basically the technology integration is. That basically this integration says that how we can use it and what kind of a instrument that the students are going to have it. Now, whether it is going to be the hands-on experience with them, or they are just going to see, or it can be the teacher-centered part basically. So basically, we need to learn that what kind of a integration, that what kind of a things is required by the students in the school. As ma'am has already said that it should be prior tested beforehand. But in that also, I think that we should go with this activity-based learning. So I think that could be the most interesting way for the students to understand, to learn about the new things. As in the pandemic time, also we have gone through with those. We can say that was the virtual trips. So those were virtual trips have been organized by the students. Have seen it, so they have used that technology so beautifully that they can sit at home and they can anything in the world. So that is what basically it's the children need to be given the hands-on experience with that. They should be given up with the technology. They should have those instruments in their hand. Then only they can learn more and more. Otherwise, if just it will be in previously we were using those smart boards, so that was just purely the teacher-centered part, and it cannot improve more because that's just the watching up a video and that's it, or watching up a movie, that's it, nothing else. So we should go with the hands-on experience like that. So activity based, I think
That's wonderful.
that will be more beneficial.
That's wonderful, sir. Absolutely right. That smart boards were only providing, video contents or, on the screen, they were providing the contents. But these technology, they take up so good things that when they are providing these things to the students, they are giving the feedback to the teachers also that what is the, the position of the child, where is he or she is liking. And that is very important because the teacher says, especially for the maths and these type of subjects, that how do we know that the students are lacking in particular subject? So there, the report is given by the app to the to the teachers that where the students are lacking, and at the very same time, the teacher can place stress on the remedial classes for the subjects which or the topics which they're lacking. Thank you so much, sir. We'll come up to Shubhanjali ma'am. Shubhanjali ma'am, we like to know that are you still using blended or hybrid learning method? If yes, then why and which type? You're on mute, ma'am.
So still we are using the blended learning method. As well as that with the traditional method, we cannot reach up to the student mind because in the earlier day it was possible to reach there because the technology was not present that time. Totally, the people from the pandemic they are ready to use the technology everywhere. That is why from that day we started to use blended learning because earlier we are using the smart board. Now we are using so many apps like the homework app, which is quite easy for the teacher as well as for the students because the assignments was there, and that so many chapter wise there there was assignments and question bank, all the things are there. So and that as well as there is a automatic correction is there. It can save the time of the teacher as well as the for the students also because they are very keen to learn through the internet facility, especially in the rural area because they don't want to write, but they are they are ready to use the mobile phones or whatever they have,
Yes, ma'am. There
laptop
is
or
no difference now. There is no difference
uh,
between the urban areas and rural areas. The students are
but
same type of it
but
because
we
they are
are
also
facing
having smartphones.
a lot of problem because in the rural area there is a network problem also there. So we are using now. We are planning to introduce some tech. Uh, you can say ki lead school. We are going to launch the lead school in my school for the next session, which can provide the all over the solution
Right.
like that teacher improvements of teacher technologies, and who are not very much tech savvy, they can improve their skills, they can enhance their skills. In my school, there are a lot of problems in the technology. That is why we are using only the smart boards nowadays and apps only. Now, in the further session, we are ready to use the lead school, and we are planning to launch the till class 5 because I want to know the result of the lead school will be there. And we can say ki through the blended learning, I think so ki we can reach the learner who one quote is there from my side. People cannot reach the school, but the school reach them. So we can say ki that the people who are physically challenges have a physical challenges, they cannot reach the school. So through the technology we can reach there. So I think so ki blended technology is better than other. So the
Wonderful, ma'am.
traditional method, yeah.
Right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Lot of problems you are facing in the rural areas. We'll talk about that to
Mm.
Harshpal sir. Harshpal sir, as you must have heard, Shubhanjali ma'am. First of all, I'd like to know about all the measures you people have taken, that how internet connection and how the technology or how is this working? Please let us know about that.
So, as far as internet connections are concerned, I think we are a vast country and the internet is still a problem for even not just in rural areas, in urban areas also. So, internet is a huge issue. So, that's why we have launched in the month of August, this year, we launched an IoT device which was to be kept within the school for peer-to-peer internet systems, which is basically the device within the campus, any device which has a Wi-Fi connection or something like that would be able to connect it to that device, and you can access all the softwares. So you really don't need an internet. So we got the device ready. So this is was one of the thing, and it is a patented device. It's an IoT device that we created purely because most of the schools were asking from the rural areas for the same thing. This is how we sort out the problem, and we have already given it out to two schools, two or so who are existing customers. So that's there. Apart from that, I think there are no doubt there are a lot of challenges, and I won't agree with any of the speakers. I mean, this is agreeable totally that when we introduce technology into a school, we have to make sure that it is in an engaging process in that sense. So, like Sumit sir was saying, that has to be an activity based. It can't be a one way communication, watching a video. That does not make any sense. So similarly, our platform is an activity based, that where we give the freedom to the teachers to create the content as per the capacity and the capability of and abilities of a student. So you know your student the best. So it's the best way is that you create the content, uh, either using the existing content, or you can do it from the scratch, that you can create the content and then share it with the students within our ecosystem, and then get the results out of it. So
Sir,
it is all
I'll
active.
sir, I'll interrupt. So sorry. Shubhanjali ma'am, like had talked, I also have the same question. In rural areas, you don't get good teachers. How are is this technology which you people are providing, these type of things are helping the teachers also to become more better, and how ultimately they are it is being useful to the students also. The
So
quality education has to be provided, sir. That is
So
what we need.
one thing when we talk about the teachers. So firstly, obviously we have a training program which goes on parallelly with the teachers for technology, and not just technology. We do 1 or 2 sessions in a quarter in which we introduce them to different methodologies. So it is not a problem in the rural areas. It is also a problem in the urban areas that a teacher cannot be a good presenter sometimes. So you have to engage the student in that process, and that is where
Because
the
in this, yeah, in this I'll interrupt, because the teacher, the way they have studied during their time, they are trying to teach in the same way right now, which is not right, and which you people are telling them, no, you have to change yourself. Sir,
So I'm just giving you stating out an example. In one of the schools in rural area, we told the teacher that okay ma'am, आप एक काम कीजिए, इस बार ना आप ना बच्चों से assignment मंगवाइए for fun sake. It was just for fun sake actually. We told them कि मैम इस बार ना अपने बच्चों से टीचर है ना, आप ना बताओ किस पे मंगवाइए, इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरी पर. उनको बोलिए इंस्टाग्राम की स्टोरी बनाएंगे. So the kind of response that you get from the students is really good, because then the whole creativity starts. It was an experiment because they had a similar कि हम कैसे बच्चों को engage कर सकते हैं, किस तरीके से कर सकते हैं, the retention, how they're going to. I said just give them a topic. Just give them a topic, and this time don't ask them to do assignment on our platform. Just ask them to do it on Instagram. So there is certain curiosity how to do it. So वो इतने सारे चीजें हैं, इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरी. I it's like a you need a book to put a story on Instagram. There are so many options. So वो एक बहुत अच्छी क्रिएटिविटी निकल कर आती है. You break the barriers and you see, oh my god, what students can do. So similarly you addresses the problem out of brainstorming. Like I have told in many sessions, even when I go to seminar, I say it's when we talk about innovation in education, it's not about innovation education through technology only. It is innovation in education in the teaching methodologies also. So we can't just say, oh वो स्कूल ये कर रहा है तो हमको वो सक्सेसफुली कर रहा है तो हम यहाँ पर अपने पास अडॉप्ट कर लेते हैं. No, that is not true, because आपका स्कूल और उसका स्कूल दो different entities हैं, and that model might not work in your school because your audience is different than that school. So you have, or your teachers have to do a lot of innovation using technology in the classroom to teach. अगर स्टूडेंट्स, सपोजिंग स्टूडेंट्स, हमारे पास एक ऐसा स्कूल है जहां मे बी इंटरनेट इज एन इशू, हाउ कैन वी सॉर्ट इट आउट? वी कैन ऑलवेज कॉन्टैक्ट दैट कंपनी सेइंग ओके दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम, वी आर फेसिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम. एंड the companies, especially startups like ours, any startup you can put up, वो भाग कर आते हैं कि बताइए प्रॉब्लम क्या है, हम आपको हेल्प करते हैं. द रीजन इज दैट बिकॉज दीज आर द फ्यूचर कंपनीज, billion dollar, we all aim to become billion dollar companies, but at the same time how we are going to become a billion dollar companies is through what you call through service, through great service, through products. So we always try to do that. More coming back to the topic was that we have an platform which is an activity based platform where results are precise, assessments are given, assessments results are given, all sorts of classroom LMS is there. So entire classroom LMS is implemented within the classroom, is digitized, smart board के साथ भी sync हो जाता है. We have tablets and we sync the tablets with the smart board, and then the software, the content, and as well as we train the teachers for the entire thing, because the whole thing is to bring the best of teachers for us, and then further the idea is that the teachers can bring the best in the students.
So we will come up to the next round. We had a word from Ashpal sir, and he told something very good about that. If there is no internet connection, thanks to technology and people like this, that without internet also you can have the connections. Thank you so much, sir. We'll come up to the next round and request all the guests to give a very precise answer. 1 minute, that is 60 seconds. I'll come up to Kirti ma'am. Kirti ma'am, what improvements do you see in students academically when you teach using multimedia mediums?
what I see the improvement in the students is their engagement. Of course, they have become more interested in studies because they are taking studies as a fun sometimes. Yes, it is, of course, a fun when you are studying social sciences, or sometimes it is sciences as well. The children are improving and children are understanding better. There are many social sciences concepts, there are many historical and geographical concepts which are well understood by the children and learnt by the children by heart when technology is involved in that, artificial intelligence and all that, right? But yes, I also have another side of it as well. We see the children lacking in writing, we see the children lacking in reading, right? I fear that if we continue if we don't innovate something better than this, right? We will lose the writers, we will lose the poets, right? We will not have a world where there will be writers and poets as well, musicians, dancers, because children are so hooked to seeing on the screens. And this screen syndrome has overpowered children's or faculty, right? So that's what I say, as I said in the starting, that it is in our hands, like how do we modify our technology. So to enhance that writing and that reading, I would really request people like Harshpal Singh that they should come up with something that sort too, so that our children don't lose them. So academically, I see better performances in those concepts, in those areas where the children can use some kind of visual aids and some kind of engagement. But we are losing in those areas where the child has to practice on his own, right? Maybe there's mathematics, mathematics concepts are also getting weaker, and English concepts are also weaker, right? So we, I think, need to reform a bit of technology more to bring better academic results in our classes.
Absolutely right, ma'am. Writing skills are going down due to technology. Reading skills so still are there. You can do the reading, and that reading app will, record that and will tell you that how you had been reading, where are you right and wrong. But writing skills, I also think that stays going, because children, they don't want to pick up books after the pandemic. And see, after 5 to 10 years, maybe there'll be no physical books. All e-books will be there. Of
So
course.
it is not only pen paper writing, even if it is content development, right?
Yeah.
Even that is also getting, maybe it is done on the screens by typing on the screens, right? Still, that is also getting hampered because
Right.
comprehension is getting hampered, in fact.
Nice. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Neeru ma'am. Neeru ma'am, we will also like to know what type of improvement do you see in students academically when you teach using multimedia mediums? 60 seconds.
Yeah, what I think, being from the language background, I think using technology leads to a easy command over the language. I mean, it comes naturally when we are doing through technology. Number one. Number two, what I think, children have become more organized using technology. They are better at handling multiple things at a time. No doubt that we are again shifting to the point of that we should focus on one thing and we should not multitask. But any process or any question you want them to answer, it is amalgamation of multiple skills. So I think technology is making them adopted to all that. They have got very good language skills, very good presentation skills. They are well organized. They are process driven. They know this is the first step, this is the second step, this is the third step. And next important thing which I think is that technology is helping us to spread literacy. But one very important aspect which I think which we need to teach our children while making them work on technology or using apps or using softwares or like something, as sir was saying, that they can make Instagram story. I believe these are very innovative ideas and we should be using that. But then we have to be wary that uh, you know too much stimulus on children is making them having those kind of ADHD kind of syndromes, hyperactive children we are having, and their energies are not being utilized. Their mental energies are being utilized, but their physical energies are not being utilized. So we have to see, we have to teach children how to do attention management. We have to teach children that every aspect of learning has something different to give them. Sports have something else to give them. I mean, we will have to balance it. Earlier we were focusing on academic part. we were focusing on sports, we were focusing on co-curricular activities. Now we have to work on digital skill as well. That is to we were working on value education, we were working on moral education. Then now we have learned that we have to integrate all these things. Only then children will be able to learn. In the same way, digital skill has to be integrated and embedded into your day-to-day learning. So I think technology is making children this, but we need to also empower them, make them learn that they will have to do this attention management. What are the pitfalls which we need to make them aware of? That's all.
Absolutely right, ma'am.
Thank you.
Technology has to be used, but in a very wise manner. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll come up to Farida ma'am. Farida ma'am, we'd like to know, according to you, which concept was better? The time when we were studying, that was the manual teaching, or today's teaching, that is through technology?
In today's time and world, we cannot do without one or the other. At a time when manual was not possible, when we were totally handicapped and had to go towards technology, the students, what they missed, what they lacked, we saw when they came back to the campus. The feeling of joy, the feeling of the interpersonal skills, that they were missing and all. It's very important. The calmness that a teacher in the physical presence gives, to a child in front of them, or the encouragement, the support, everything that happens with the manual thing. But now teachers have a backup of technology to enhance their pedagogy, technology. Like when you see students, they've been at home all the time for 2 years, and suddenly, monotony sets in when you're trying to physically trying to teach them. Immediately, the teacher has a tool to move on to a technology, showing a video or getting them to do some activity, or something. A change is immediately possible because we've incorporated that in our lesson plans now. So both, sir, I would say that one without the other now is not possible. It should be like a perfect balance, because
Right.
it just one enhances the other.
Absolutely right, ma'am. Absolutely right. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Sumit sir. Sumit sir, we will also like to know your
Yes,
views.
sir.
It should be manual teaching or teaching through technology, or like ma'am said, mixed.
So no doubt about it that there is manual teaching cannot be replaced by anything. Manual teaching should go on, but these technology hybrid sort of learning, these are the subject, and it should be like this only. That manual teaching should be there, and hybrid teaching, the technology part can be used to enhance, to support whatever we are teaching, because we can show that anything that cannot be explained in much better way, it can be explained with the help of the technology. And because we have a different types of learners also available in the school right now, so they can be well suited for them. So it is balanced over there, and the hybrid portion is definitely a future of the education, I can say.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
We'll
you,
come
sir.
up to Shubhanjali ma'am. Shubhanjali ma'am, do you agree that technology makes learning easier, approachable, and effective? Ma'am, you're on mute again.
Of course, due to technology, we are connected. One word is the global. How it was like? Because we are connected globally through the technology. It is more easy to reach the people in a seconds only. We can reach the people who are in the Canada or in the America. Everywhere we can reach there. And secondly, in the school, if we talk about the school, the students are very much interested in the internet, so they can adopt the practical knowledge from there, and they can learn and relearn from there. If the content is uploaded by the teacher or management on the website or everywhere, so they can learn or relearn from there. If they are not present in that class, so they can learn from there. And second, we can give the practical of sciences on the visual method. Secondly, as a NEP, we are launching the skill subjects. So at the early age, we can teach them through the technology. It's quite easy, and no cost technology is there now. And in the new innovation can done by the students, Secondly, we can say that referential knowledge can be adopted to the website. So many websites are there. From there, they can take the reference of the topic. So I think so. Technology is best for everyone, as well as manual teaching is also
Very
must
important.
for everyone.
It's very important because technology is also, remain as a tool. It can never
Yeah.
replace a teacher. Yes, ma'am, Farida ma'am.
So one more thing I would just like to add is excess of anything can be toxic. And that is
Right.
for technology as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Because, yeah, because sometimes no amount of it is enough for some children, they just want to be with technology and it kind of, drives them crazy. So a lot of psychological issues, parents are facing because of technology, which is hampering the growth of children physically and mentally.
Absolutely right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Harshpal sir now. Harshpal sir, now coming up to the main important thing which we'll like to ask you directly. Because whenever we talk about technology, people feel that it is very expensive. What about when we are saying that we want to use, everybody wants to use, who doesn't want comfort at their school or, the finances after pandemic, the management doesn't want to spend much. If the things are economical, if the things are very economical, then it can be used. So please let us know about that. How, what is our mindset is, it is very expensive. So many people are coming, they're giving the different items because you are saying that you provide IRP or ERP also. We can look after the schools, buses also. We can look after the fees management also. We can look after the content of the school also. We can look after each and everything. What is the progress of the child, where we have to work on that. The work of the teacher also goes down. He doesn't has to make an assignments. Correction also is done by these things, and he's able to know where I have to work, which is the important place I have to work on. So we know it very well. In future, like mobiles were there, it was a luxury, but now it is a necessity. Likewise, technology will be a necessity. So just tell us that is that approachable for all the level of schools when we say it's category of A, B, and C. Sir.
So with time, I think technology is getting cheaper by the day. I think it's no longer a luxury item, especially when it comes to softwares, even hardware for that matter, I believe. Is uh, I think anything innovative, very innovative, would probably cost very expensive. But that's, I think, let's keep it for the Silicon Valley, where they are working for us for 10 years ahead of time, and we haven't seen it what they're working on. So let's keep it there. And what we have right now is affordable. It is not expensive. It is definitely affordable. Many schools are using it, and definitely it saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of money also, in sense that sometimes we used to see back in 2019, a lot of schools used to do a lot of paperwork, and sometimes it used to get lost in between, or in the change of hands also sometimes. So that's one thing. Apart from that, I think it saves, like I said, it saves money in sense that it saves time also. We sometimes forget that time is also a cost that is attached to it, and we never take it, we never quantify it, to be fair. And that's why the technology is helpful. So technology is affordable, definitely, and it saves time and money. And that's what I have to say about this.
I think you last session also you told us that it is lesser than the salary paid to one of the
Yes,
person.
our systems are lesser than the salary of a one
Accuracy is
person.
there, sir. Accuracy is there. So many things have to done manually. It is a lot of problem with the
So
schools
ours
which have been
ours
faced.
is a, to be very fair, is an ecosystem. To be very honest, ecosystem in sense, you have the ERP systems number one, which is very commonly used back also in 2019. But our USP is the classroom learning management system, where you can create activity-based, content. The teachers can create those content, and then they can distribute among the students, and then the assessments are done through that. So
Their
when I
personality will
say
be developed.
Yeah,
Personality development will be there.
personality development.
Because I have also worked with schools, like I had been in Amirpur, this is near Kanpur only, State Hananam Japuria as principal. The teachers were not available. We had to take the teachers from the Kanpur. When you're taking from the local, they're not up to the mark. So these type of things, I think they will reform them, and they will polish them and to become a better teacher.
So we have to take into the mind when we're talking about India as a country. We talk about India in many parts of India. Teacher or a teaching is like the only profession in some households. The husbands or the in-laws say, "Okay, become teacher because it's an easiest job." I think it's not that easy, but still, it is a preferred profession for females, because it's said कि हाँ, it's the environment. It's mainly a female dominated profession. So that's why but at the same time, in the process of teaching, sometimes what happens is that even teachers also forget to upgrade or upskill themselves because they are so used to the same thing happening over and over again. So I think the pandemic was nice jhatka for everyone to come to the senses that okay, you need to keep on innovating, otherwise if there is another pandemic, or if another, god forbid, a disaster is happening, natural or otherwise, it is going to be a
Going to
very
be
big
very difficult.
challenge. So that's
Absolutely,
there.
absolutely right. The females, they have such a patience level that they can only deal with the students and their parents. That is why in the beginning classes, junior classes, I say I can debate on this. Had a word on a debate with Swati ma'am, what's ma'am also, that the pre-primary teacher should be paid the highest, not the PGDs, because whatever they can do, PGDs even cannot do that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that is very important, sir. Handling so small kids, handling one or two at home is so difficult, and handling 30 to 40 of them at least in the class, it is so difficult with such a patience, because you cannot touch them even. That is important. But things are these creativity, because when the students will get gamification and all the things you people have added up, they will for sure enjoy that, and they'll have interest, because every child is unique and have the equal brain. The only thing is how the interest can be created, not the traditional methods. Now they have to come up. The teachers have to reform them with the technology, and they have to improve that. Thank you
Yeah,
so
one
much,
thing that
Asya.
I would like to add, because this is a discussion where we were talking about technology to be used moderately, because I always tell teachers, even my all those people who give training to the teachers also, I always tell them that do tell the teachers that you have to master the technology, or you have to make the technology your slave, not the other way around. You are not supposed to be the slave of technology. You are supposed to manipulate, bend it according to your needs, so that your students can learn from the most effective manner. So, and when we talk about NEP, which is coming in place and being implemented this session, well, what is NEP? NEP is all about being engaging the students in the learning process, activity based. Students should be, by the time they pass out from class 12th, they should be employable. So that is what the NAP is all about in a crux, if we say that. Otherwise, there are so many things in that. But in the main bottom line of the government in launching NAP was to make any student who is coming out of school on class 12th, because our country is vast and in some areas there are no colleges at all, and they can't travel to long distances, or there is economic problems also at home. So they should be having such the skills that they are employable after 12th only, and they don't have to
Yeah.
go for a higher education. So this is all that is required. And when we talk about activity based, like sir was talking about activity based, so when we talk about activity based learning basically improves the skills in sense, like critical skills, problem solving skills, your skills like language learning skills, all these are improved. So these are what we focus at Tab School. When we are building the technology, we are making sure that the students are developing these skills, because these skills are life skills. These are not the skills that you need, are not academically, I mean, obviously you need to pass on to the next class with good marks, but at the same time, these are the skills you need in life to be successful. So that is why we come in, and in line of with the curriculum, obviously we have created the entire platform.
Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful talking to you. A wonderful thing you have created. So many help the teachers and the students are getting, as well as the most important thing is whatever you have created, that if there is internet problem also, that's not a problem. Super. I mean, hats off to the technology and you people have brought all these things. Because I have heard for the very first time when you came into the show that these things are also developed. That if you don't have internet, even in cities also, if I sit at that place, sitting at that place, I'm not getting the network. I have to come this side. So in cities also, that is network is also a big problem. This this one is working, but that one is not working. If you have that one, then only this work this side. So when you're going somewhere else, that won't work and this will work.
So
So
I think so the best example of offline applications would be your banks. Any bank in anywhere in India is using an offline software. They're using it on browser, but they have servers inside each branch, and they're using it offline, and later on it syncs back onto the server. So that is the irrespective of whether the net is good or bad, in any branch they are using the offline servers and offline things to run their software. So that is the best example when we talk about how smoothly a software should run in any part, irrespective of internet is available or not.
I remember my bank was quite far away from my school, and school used to get over at 1:30 or 1:45, and at 2:1, that person in State Bank of India, that lady, will just shout like that, you are not a human being. So then we got a development of that a machine has come, ATM. Then gradually the private banks also, I mean, the nationalized bank also had to change them. Now that came the debit cards and credit cards. Now you don't have to keep that also with the click of mobile consent. So that that comfort has been created. Thank you so much, Arpal sir. It's just because of the people like you, those who are helping the education. And coming up to the last part of the session, as you know very well, all of you have already been the show that we have a me time where you have to sing 2 lines, and Neeru ma'am has to go. She has another session also. Then she will sing first. And if you are staying, then you can sing afterwards, as you say. Neeru ma'am, will you like to sing first or afterwards? Ma'am, you're on mute.
Sir, I won't be able to sing something, but if you want, I can recite something from my own writings. But let me find out that.
Ma'am, you had sung last time also, ma'am. That was very beautiful. Whatever you sung, I don't remember the song, but that was very good. And if you want to see others sing first, then also we can do. Sumit sir is a very gentleman, and he'll prove to be a gentleman, and he'll sing at first. That's not an issue, as you say.
All right. I'll be staying for 2-3 minutes more. Not an issue. After Sumit sir, please.
Okay. So that's a beautiful way to, sir, catch anyone, sir.
Please.
Okay, fine. So just a few lines, sir. That as we are saying towards the end of this particular session, so we'll sing like this for that. Chalte chalte mere ye geet yaad rakhna, kabhi alvida na kehna, kabhi alvida na kehna. That's it, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Situation-oriented song it was, sir, for sure. Farida ma'am, you can second that another song.
Okay, sir. So since I'm also, just recovering from a viral, so may I just say a few lines instead of singing it? Yeah.
But
So,
ma'am, again, Neeru ma'am will also say that.
no. Sir, ये आपका show online है, sir. I will be croaking in a very bad way. So just a few lines. I have sung in your show before, sir. You know that. I never share. Yeah. So the words are, ये वक्त ना ठहरा है, ये वक्त ना ठहरेगा, हिम्मत से काम लेंगे, घबराना कैसा, चले चलो.
Wonderful, ma'am. Neeru ma'am, your turn.
Yeah, sure. I have written something on Teachers Day. थोड़ा गंभीर है, थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनना पड़ेगा.
ठीक.
ओके. किसी ने पूछा क्या करते हो? किसी ने पूछा क्या करते हो? मैंने कहा तारे गिनना. चांद बनाना और आसमान नापना सिखाता हूँ। आई रिपीट, मैंने कहा तारे गिनना, चांद बनाना और आसमान नापना सिखाता हूँ। चाहे आज नगमस्तक नहीं होते हैं लोग, पर फिर भी शीश झुकाकर चलना और आशीष झुक कर लेना सिखाता हूँ मैं। शिक्षक हूँ मैं, हर किरदार बनाता हूँ। शिक्षक हूँ मैं, हर किरदार बनाता हूँ मैं। थैंक यू. So that was
You're a very good writer, man.
yeah, self-composed poem on Teachers' Day. I went somewhere as a special guest speaker, so I wrote that day. Thank you so much, everybody.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you,
Shubhangi
Chandok
ma'am.
sir. I'll be leaving now.
Only 2 minutes, ma'am. Only Shubhangi ma'am and Harshpal sir is left. Shubhangi ma'am. Ma'am, you're on mute again, ma'am.
So I'm not a good singer. I know that.
No problem, ma'am.
I
Nobody's a
can't
good
sing.
singer here.
हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन, मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन.
Wonderful, ma'am. We will get Kamyab because we got Kamyab in the pandemic 2 years now, so we can do anything. But Harshpal sir, you are left. Of course, I'll share the contact details with each other that you should get connected. This is the beauty of the, this technology.
Sure, sure, sir. अच्छा, song गाना है sir. So I'll sing the song. हंसते हंसते कट जाए रस्ते, जिंदगी यूं ही चलती रहे, खुशी मिले या गम बदलेंगे ना, दुनिया चाहे बदलती रहे. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful, wonderful. That is also our situation that हंसते से चलना पड़ेगा, whatever the situation is. Thank you so much, all of you. I hope you had a good time. Hope to see another session, another season very soon. Thank you so much, sir. Farida ma'am, Neeru ma'am, Ashpal sir, and Shubhangi ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Chandok sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.